welcome to Bolivia, a real-life place in a Ghost Recon game. The last one too, because the lore behind it is excellent. But welcome to Welcome to Wildlands. I did said on my last Breakpoint video that if you guys wanted to, I will play a bit more. So here we are, we do have a couple missions to do, but I wanted to touch on the most recent leaks regarding the new Ghost Recon project that's currently under development, because I don't think that everyone knows what all of this entails for the future of the franchise. And to keep it simple, most likely the new Ghost Recon is gonna be first person. We have no idea if third person is going to be a thing. I will think so and will let you know why later on, but the first person is pretty much confirmed. And again, these are leaks, so take it with a grain of salt, but coming from Tom Anderson is usually pretty spot on. Very rarely do I get into these types of videos because in the end of the day it is speculation and I do prefer to make other type of content. But there were a lot of people asking me what I think of that, what my opinion regarding all of this debacle is, and first of all, I appreciate that you appreciate my opinion. I have no idea why, but it is pretty cool. And my answer to that question is pretty simple. I am not that emotionally invested into the franchise to make a decision and say, no, I will not buy the game if it's not the perspective I like, and I do prefer the third person by a long shot. I already know there's gonna be someone in the comment section saying that the first Ghost Recon was a first person game, so going back to that perspective is the only way to move forward. And let's be honest here, the first game was the crosshair in the screen. Simple as that, it's a very old franchise and I think there's plenty of room for everyone. But yeah, I do like the third person a lot more. There is not a lot of third person tactical shooters out there, but there is a lot of first person shooters instead. And let's be honest, we all like to kit it out, customize the outfit and look at it all the time, and that is a big part of the game. Tactical Barbie is the reason why a lot of us still play it, and with a first person view, that is completely gone, which then makes it really hard for Ubisoft to be selling skin packs and cosmetics, which is, again, a big part of where the money comes from, and if you follow the money, you usually find the answers to your questions. The other reason why I prefer third person is because Ubisoft actually makes a terrific job with their third person animations. This game is 7 years old, and although terribly outdated compared to Breakpoint animations, it is still probably one of the best third person shooters in that aspect alone. Not to mention the world itself, which, yeah, Bolivia is pretty nice. The simple detail of watching as my character is having a hard time going up the slope with a massive ruck on his back is really nice. As a rucker myself though, it really pisses me off that he's not using the kidney straps because that's why they are there. Circling back to the customization and tactical Barbie aspect of the game, there is one thing, and we might as well touch on it since we are having this little civilized, hopefully, discussion. But Ubisoft gives you a lot of options in regards to your gear, and if there is one thing I would love to see for their next game, is gear that actually matters. Case in point, I'm using a big ass backpack. I'm doing it so because it's cool. That's it, that is the only reason. But what if it wasn't? What if by equipping a really big ruck I will actually get some meaningful trade-offs? Things like being able to carry more ammo or different types of gadgets that I wouldn't be able to bring without. And in return, because it is a heavy ruck, it is an heavyweight, maybe have less stamina or a slower run speed. Just make it so the gear you use is not just a cosmetic item and rather a meaningful piece of your kit. I think that one of the biggest missed opportunities with Breakpoint especially was the lack of this mechanic. All over the map you have these bivouacs you can discover, and once you do, you can spawn in from them. But why not build them? Bring your ruck with the materials and build your bivouac and then spawn from there. It might seem like I'm just trying to find an excuse to bring a ruck on my back all the time. And that might be true, I am a little biased, I do love rucking. But they advertise Breakpoint as a Ghost Recon with survival elements, and then they made you pick flowers to make tea and heal your broken bones with it. I don't know, I think there is so many things they could do with the franchise. Obviously, I might be a little biased with ideas like these as I do play a lot of survival games, and I think some of those elements and mechanics of those games will be a great fit on this one. But maybe they aren't. They could go a complete 180 with a linear story, kinda like Future Soldier, and it will still be a Ghost Recon game and probably much better received than the last one was. Maybe. Let me know what you think down below. I will say this though, the last DLC for Breakpoint was very good, at least in comparison to the rest of the game, so in a way, they kinda went full circle with the game and had no shortcomings when it came to feedback from the community. So I am mildly excited for the game. Of course, it all comes down to the executives that pull all the strings, but I still believe that Ubisoft as a creative studio can do some amazing things. For all the crap I gave them over the years, they have created some of the biggest and more recognizable IPs out there. You have Splinter Cell and Assassin's Creed, both of which I grew up playing and have really fond memories of. So yeah, I can't help but to want them to succeed, as much as I might think they have become a bit goofy and unrealistic and detached from the community. Obviously, in a perfect world we will have both perspectives, and that will be pretty awesome. I think everyone will like that, and you do have some games like Scum, for example, which I'll leave a link down below to one of my past videos of that game. If you've never heard of it, it is pretty fun. But that game actually pulls it off really well. Both perspectives are really good, both are well animated, and again, both have their strengths and weaknesses, and the game does a good job in making you switch from one another when the time is right. And if Ubisoft can pull the same thing off, obviously building the game from the ground up to accommodate that, then yeah, I'd be pretty happy. The only thing I could say about Ubisoft is that their first-person animations are not that great, and I'm not even talking about Siege, as that's an old game to use as an example, but if you take a look at the latest Far Cry or even X-Defiant, the first-person animations are not amazing. They're okay, but then you have games like Stalker Anomaly, which has custom-built animations by non-professional modders that give Ubisoft a run for their money. And by that I mean they're 10 times better, more fluid, enjoyable, and replayable. You just stand there holding the inspect button for 5 minutes at a time. Well, I do. But it's not something that will keep me from sleeping at night. If the game is first person, so be it, I'll play it, probably enjoy it. In the end of the day, it's only a game. According to the leaks though, Ghost Recon Over, which is the supposed name of the new Ghost Recon, is gonna be quote gritty and controversial, taking inspiration from the Modern Warfare series. And I mean, I'm not expecting them to go that far, but if they reach Wildlands level of gritty, then I'd be pretty happy with it, and if they take it a step above from that, then even better. The launch window is between 2025 to 26, so still a pretty long way to go. They do say the art style is inspired by Ready or Not, which is interesting to say the least. But that's gonna be it for today. If you are watching this, I am currently on vacation and didn't want to leave you guys waiting for more than a week without a video, hence the somehow out of place style of this video, at least for my newer subscribers that have been here since I switched from only covering Ghost Recon, which I did during a long time to what now is more of a storytelling type of channel. May is gonna be a really good month for the channel as well. 4 videos planned, 4 different games, including a Stalker graphics video, which is long overdue, should have been released a longer time ago, but I keep finding new mods and deleting old ones. Yeah, it's a struggle. But thank you for watching. This was a nice walk through the forest, and I guess I'll see you guys in May. No idea what the first video is gonna be. Maybe the Stalker graphics or Fallout. I don't know. I'm terrible at outros.